Good evening, viewers. Another episode of Cash with Nazir. We are honored. Today's personality is a PhD scholar and he has completed his education in UK. Welcome, Dr. Raheem, in our show.
Thank you very much.
Please tell our viewers about your early days and your education.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nazir, for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to share my views with your viewers. I belong to Pakistan, and my village is Rawat. This is the countryside of the federal capital, Islamabad. In fact, my entire study was in the sort of schools which are being built for the general public by the government. So I got my entire education from the government sector schools, which is basically not for the privileged class, in fact, for the, you may say, the ordinary Pakistanis class. So after completing my school, in Rawat and Sihala High School, I joined H9 College, Islamabad. I completed my graduation from there, and then I got admission in law. I completed my LLB degree from University of Punjab, and after completion of my degree, I joined Rawalpindi Bar Association as a lawyer. I did my practice there for 7-8 years, and then like other Pakistanis, I had a passion to carry out my studies and get higher education from the United Kingdom because this is brand name of the education and world's second best education system. And now today I'm being honored to get a PhD degree from world's second best education system. And then I proceeded to University of Bedfordshire. Here I did my master's in international commercial law. And after completing that, I started my PhD. I've been awarded Worthy Vice Chancellor Scholarship, the one and only Pakistani, and not only the Pakistani, any student in the law department who obtained or who secured this scholarship as of today.
So you have studied in two systems. How you compare it? Because you have been there in Punjab University, now you've been here in Luton. So how you see the two systems?
In fact, you cannot compare our education system with the United Kingdom system because I earlier said is the brand name of the education, the second best education system of the world. The basic thing which I could see is to encourage the student to enhance its skills and knowledge and polish his skill. And if you are capable of doing something, they definitely encourage you and support you. On the other hand, in Pakistan, if you are studying in the standard school where I did study, the maximum you could do is earn a degree and then go to find a job and do whatever you want to do. There is no chances to enhance your skills. And as I earlier said, I'm the one and only international student. And in fact, the only student in the law department who secured the vice chancellor degree. This I couldn't foresee in Pakistan, that someone would offer me.
But the different systems are always there. In Pakistan, you can see matriculation, then O levels, A levels, and here we have GCSEs, O levels, A levels. So this type of system is everywhere.
In fact, everywhere. But in Pakistan, where you see, this is the one for the privileged class, which you referred as O level and A level, and one for the ordinary Pakistani. I'm being proud of the part of the being ordinary Pakistani system. I was the part of the person because I belong to lower middle class. And this is the class which in fact survives and struggles to balance itself between the lower middle class and also to the upper class. So it's very difficult to survive in the system. And however, in the UK, if you have different systems, you got opportunities. In Pakistan, if you got money, you can go to A-level system, you can go to the O-level system. You got no money, then you need to go to the mat school where I used to.
So when you say mat school, so what kind of facilities you have there?
I still remember, I used to, I used to have a mat in my hand, a water bottle in my hand, and go to school for the studies, and also a bag of books on my shoulder. And we had to...
What about the furniture?
Not at all. When I'm saying I need to carry, they didn't offer even mat to us. We need to carry our mat to the schools. And this other system you are referring in Pakistan, I do remember we used to think about what class of the people are studying in it, because that was another world.
So the furniture is there, Electricity is there.
Air conditioned,
What is there?
heating system. Now I got opportunity to go in those
Teach
schools
there.
as teacher, so I can see the facilities and all the things they have for their studies.
Mr. Wan, you have studied two legal system at the same time.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the legal system is, I will say, backbone of any society.
Too.
So how Pakistan can learn from the judicial system from UK and we can implement there?
In fact, the one thing which a few days ago, I got an opportunity to meet the high-ups of Pakistan of the judiciary up to the Supreme Court level, and they asked me about almost the same question. And what my submission was to promote alternative dispute resolution in Pakistan so that the ego-based cases or the just enmity-based cases, which are not real cases, could be settled down
Out of the court.
out of court on very grassroots level, and the only real cases could go to the court system. Then judges would have time to write a good judgment. Otherwise, they are stuck in hundreds of cases a day. They won't be able to write good judgment, to do their research, appreciate the evidence. So
I think it's amazing that when you see a cause list of 125 cases and poor civil judges sitting there and a small
now there's
courtroom.
more than 200.
Oh, right.
Yeah, nowadays, especially in the Rawalpindi, not Islamabad, they have established the new courts there, so they have a lot of judges now. But in the Rawalpindi and in the other courts, we have more than 200 list.
So when we talk about the PhD, so what was your main subject for our viewers' interest?
In fact, if you are sorry again, if you ask about the topic, I can come straight to the topic, and if you want me to explain what prompted me to choose this topic, that would be of the more interest of your viewers. In fact, I read an article, an interview of the former Attorney General of Pakistan, where he explained a situation whereby he'd been called by the Secretary Law and Justice of Pakistan, and he asked some SDS company has sued Pakistan on the basis of some BIT in some place which is called ICSID exit. So the Secretary Law and Justice asked the Attorney General for how SGS Swiss company could do it and what the BIT and ICSID stand for. He said, honestly, till that day, I got no clue at all. I went back to my office, I Googled, and then I came to know about these phrases. These stand for Bilateral Investment Treaty and International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. I was shocked to know that the principal law officer of the Pakistan, the Secretary Law and Justice, didn't know about these phrases, despite the fact Pakistan was the pioneer of the bilateral investment treaties in the world. We signed the first ever BIT in 1959. And 2004, almost after 50
So 1959, who were the parties?
Pakistan and Germany.
Pakistan and Germany.
Pakistan and Germany. And till as of that day, Pakistan had already signed 47 bilateral investment treaties.
So that was the main inspiration of your PhD?
That was main inspiration for me, that a country who had already signed 47 BITs, who has signed the first BIT of the world, their principal law officer and Secretary Law and Justice even don't know about the phrases which are used on the treaties. So what will the sanctity of those treaties? That's why it prompted me to write down my thesis, and I wrote on protection of foreign direct investment in Pakistan. Is it time to address the deterring factors?
So the viewers who wants to invest in Pakistan, so what 5 things you will tell them that if they are investing in Pakistan, how they can maximize their investment and how they can make sure that their investment is safe there?
First of all, we need to differentiate the dual national Pakistanis and the foreigners.
Foreign.
If we talk about the foreigners, first of all, they need to see whether their country and Pakistan has a bilateral investment treaty there. So if there's a bit, definitely they are protected under a bit. Regardless, our Attorney General doesn't know anything about that. And secondly, they need to see the law and order situation in Pakistan that is protected under those BITs, the standard BIT terms we have. And One more thing which is important is the judicial activism in Pakistan. That was the quite new phenomenon which was not covered under the BITs uh, because previously there was inconsistency in the policies. That's one of the main issue. If you just examine since 1959 from the day of
So when we talk about the bilateral agreements, so who is the utmost authority on the jurisdiction? So whether it will be the Supreme Court of Pakistan or in the international court, so who will be the final authority on that subject?
I smiled because I thought you are asking about who is the authority to sign those treaties.
I see.
First of all, till today, Pakistan is again in this situation of dilemma. They don't know who was the responsible of signing those 47 BITs.
I see.
Till today, they don't have the two certified copies of those BITs.
So, but in your experience, because you have studied all, so who should be the utmost authority to sign, and where should be the matter should be referred when there is a dispute?
Look, if there is a treaty breach, obviously that will go to the International Center of Settlement of Investment Disputes, which happened in the Rakuten case and also in the rental power case. And also there was other cases like SGS case, which I earlier referred. And if there is no treaty breach, then the matter will go to the Supreme Court, to the local courts. This happened, the problem arose when Rakuten case was taken up in Pakistan. At the same time, there was international arbitration on that. And at the same time, there was a case before the Supreme Court of Pakistan. The Honorable Chief Justice, as then he was, he clearly said, observed and advised the government to ask the international arbitrators to do not interfere because we are taking up in the Supreme Court. So he was authority to take up in the Supreme Court. He declared that treaty null and void.
It's an interesting subject, Mr. Awan, but unfortunately the format of the show.
Yeah.
So, because very important development, in a very short few phrases, how you will say that how the CPEC could be a game changer, especially the people of Pakistan, where poverty is faced by the people and where we are talked about the education, clean drinking water and health. So how CPEC could be a game changer for a common citizen of Pakistan?
Again, very humbly, Mr. Nazir, I'm the one and only PhD in CPEC in Pakistan. So I have a lot of apprehensions as well. I have no question about that it is the roadmap to prosperity of Pakistan.
So everything is not rosy?
Yeah, true. So it is a roadmap to the prosperity of Pakistan, but if you deal the things in a right way, if you are not dealing the things in the right way, because why investment is being promoted in one country, that is promoted for the prosperity of the country, to create job opportunities, to boost up the economy, and to facilitate their people. Until now, what I'm seeing, the projects which are being established under the CPEC, those are badly failed to create job opportunities for Pakistan. You can make a study on the Saiwal coal power plant. We have established two power plants that generate approximately 1,320 megawatt of electricity. And so they are importing coal from the South Africa and other countries. So we are spending
but a lot of countries, Mr. Awan, sorry to say that, are getting rid of coal power plants, and we are moving towards that. So that is also a negative impact on the environment. So how we are saying, and what is your say on that? So how you see that?
In fact, there is international treaty on the carbon emission, and every country has a quota to emit carbon in the air. Until now, Pakistan is under its quota. So we can establish, true, if we can go for the green energy, that will be great. But still, if we follow that treaty, we are under our carbon emission quota.
At the same time, we are getting rid of some trees in Islamabad. So how you see that?
That could be an attempt to make money, how people.
But at the same time, so we are going to complete the quota of our carbon emission, or how you see that?
Yeah, if you are going for the to complete the quota of your carbon emission, you need to plant more trees. In fact, in billions, so that if you are emitting carbon in the air, that could be addressed through the plantation and these things.
We have discussed about the education and also the judicial system. So if I will say that what 4 or 5 things we should implement in the Pakistani judicial system, because you have practiced there, you have studied the judicial system here. So how the Pakistan government and the judiciary can improve the justice systems. When I say justice system, I'm talking about at the grassroots level, especially at the magistrate and the civil court level.
Look, first of all, Mr. Nazir, you need to reduce the burden over the courts on the lower level.
judiciary.
If there is a burden upon the lower judiciary, they won't be able to do justice and to provide speedy justice, and justice delayed, justice denied. Everyone knows this maxim. So, for this purpose, I always encourage for the alternative dispute resolution for the small cause matters, for the restorative justice, and also for the small matters with the departments. You need to empower your local bodies and equip with them with the skills and knowledge and the authority to deal with those small cases. And then your courts will have more time to go through with the cases. Secondly, we need to set a mechanism where we lawyers, when I say we lawyer, I'm the part of we are discouraged to take unnecessary adjournments from the court. And what I would see, the Civil Procedure Code in Pakistan is required to be amended on that basis because that is one of the main cause of creating taxes.
How many 100 years it is old? So it is, I think, 2-3.
More than 100 years.
Sure, I see.
Yeah, and similarly, you need to increase the number of the judges.
And at the end, when we, because the time restraints are there.
I understand.
So, because you are also focusing for the local progress of the common man, especially in Potwar region. So, through our program, what 2 or 3 pledges you want from our federal government in Pakistan that what they should implement? Because you have talked about the school education system and like clean drinking water or health. So, what you want from the federal government they should implement in that area?
In fact, again, I need to refer back to the time when I used to be the chairman of development committee of the 3 union council, that is Rawat, Islamabad and Siala. Now these are 8 union councils. And I was a member of the CDA committee where I suggested that Islamabad is required to be divided in 3 townships. And they principally agreed. If we divide Islamabad in 3 townships, that is Rawat, Tarnaul and Barakau, the people of these areas would automatically have their town hospital, their girls' degree college, their boys' degree college, their town courts, and their town police system. So, number one, we will have these facilities on the doorstep of the people, and also we will reduce burden over the Islamabad city. So, at least this will be the first step.
And what's about the hospital? So obviously in Potwar there is no main hospital
Definitely, if you divide it in town, it will have town hospital, town girls degree college, town boys degree college, also town courts and town police system.
So what is your message, Mr. Awan, especially the youngsters who are watching our program and also our international viewers?
Message would be, don't be inspired with the people just on the basis of their faces and their political message. You need to see their practical approach. If someone is just playing with your emotions on the basis of his political skills, then get rid of them. And just go for the people who have done something practical or who want to do something practical for you. If you are not going behind the people who have practical skills and they want to do something practically, you would be a loser.
Mr. Awan, it was a great honor you have joined our show.
Same here.
All the way from Pakistan.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Viewers, this was views from our honorable guest, Dr. Mohammed Raheem Awan. And I'm sure in future we will bring more personalities, more talent in our show. Keep watching Sheffield Television.